Hey folks, Bang Bang here, and a good friend of ours, Mike Krano, had told us about this particular firearm that he was bringing to this match, and it is a K22 X-Trim Grand Power. So I'm gonna hand it over to Mike and have him talk a little bit about it, and you can ask him, if you're interested in this, how you can get a hold of one of these pistols. Mike?
All right, so basically what we got here is the new Grand Power X22 K-Trim. Slovakian made. I've been shooting its big brother for a long time in USPSA, and when I found out that this was available, I had to get it. It's a poly frame with a steel insert, steel slide, ambidextrous everything. Comes with extra paddles, so if you're a lefty or a righty, you can knock one of the paddles off, put the smaller paddle on so it's not in your way. Flippable mag release. They come with 3 mags, 4 different back straps to fit different grips on your hand. The comp is just something we put on. Paul ran it in a match in Michigan last week. We shot it here. Like Mike said, they did some upside down shooting with it, and then we ran a couple stages with it on the side just to see how it did, and it ran flawless.
So now we're gonna go shoot this, and we're gonna tell you what we think after we shoot it. Now, I can tell you already from shooting it yesterday, it felt really good. But today, I think we're gonna try and shoot it a little bit more right side up to get a little bit more feel of the gun. So let's see how she goes. The first ammo we're gonna be running, my go-to ammo, which is mini mags, high velocity. So we got 3 mags of it. We're gonna run some of that and see how she does. I didn't rack one in. Blazer 40 grain. Mike Lee, I know you're going to find it hard to believe, but your ammo's back in another test. Please send more ammo. We're shooting standard velocity, 40 grain. So we were using standard velocity, and so we were told on this particular firearm that it doesn't have the spring to really run anything but HV, high velocity ammo. It wasn't functioning the slide correctly. There are springs for this that could adjust what type of ammo you're using. So that was a factor, but we wanted to try standard velocity anyhow.
Now what we're doing here, this is a multi-spring system, and you can basically just unthread the springs.
You might as well order one. Okay, folks, she ran. We removed the spring and she ran with no hiccups, and I could feel the actual slide working back and forth and stripping the rounds out of the mag and putting them where they needed to be, and the end result was it functioned flawlessly. Softer recoil, so there's a little bit of adjustment you can play with just by them springs alone. So that is a good feature I like. You noticed earlier that it wasn't going to slide lock, and the reason it wasn't going to slide lock is because of my grip. I'm taking a grip on this like if I was shooting a 9mm for recoil management. So I was interfering with the slide lock. When I didn't do that, it did what it needed to do. So if that's a problem for you, that's something you just got to be aware of. I don't think it's that much of a problem, and with a little time on the range, I think you can overcome that. I've probably shot a couple hundred rounds, probably maybe 300-400 rounds over the course of fire in the last 2 days with this gun, and I'm liking it.
All right, everybody, it's Chris. I've got the Grand Power now. I'm going to give this a try. It certainly is an interesting gun, so let's find out what I can do with it. What you saw was on one run, I had an issue with the slide not locking open. And I was able to overcome that problem by, with my grip, I kept my thumb forward where you see a pin here, and that keeps your thumb out of the way of the functioning of the slide lock. But most of us who have a modern, high registered grip on the pistol are probably going to interfere with that, and the slide will not lock open. Other than that, the gun's really smooth. It's got that Eastern European classic CZ feel that I enjoy so much in guns. Trigger's phenomenal. I gotta say, this gun's probably definitely worth a look. It's got a steel slide. Not a lot of them do, and this one operates well with a steel slide. Most of these 22 clones you see out there today don't work all that well.
I like it already.
Oh, did you hear that? I like it already.
Well, the trigger is obviously amazing, as you can tell. The gun, to me, it's just flat to me. And honestly, I like it a lot, as you can tell.
When I was shooting this firearm, it was smooth. I really like the trigger in it. I like how the mag release is on it, and it's just smooth all around. I like the sights on it. I'd definitely shoot it again if I would have the chance to.
Okay, folks, in closing, we probably shot maybe 600-700 rounds through this gun with myself, my teammate, and a couple junior shooters. I'm going to give you just my rough draft overall, what I think about the gun. I think it's very well made. It fits well in the hand. At times, it didn't go into slide lock, but that was me. That was not the gun. And so that's just something I'd have to get used to, spending a little more time on the range. The only real negative I can say about this, and it's really not that much of a negative, is that rear sight needs to be widened a little bit so you can engage the targets maybe a little bit quicker. But other than that, the front fiber optic on it really pops. Everything about this gun I really like. So Mike, if somebody was wanting to buy one of these, how do they buy it, or how do they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me at 586-531-4088, or go on to KranoCustoms.com. There's a chat link right there. www.kranocustom.com.
Mike, I can't thank you enough for letting us do a quick product review on this firearm.
You guys enjoyed it.
I think it's great that you let us do it and let these junior shooters get up there and get some trigger time. But remember, doesn't matter if it's his website, Rimfire Challenge, or the RPG shooting team. If you like what you see, like, share, and comment. The only way we can get the message out is with the help of you. So stay tuned for what's up next.
Yep.
Marcus, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yes, I do believe in Santa Claus.
You know, you could put that on your Santa Claus list, and it might just show up.
Oh, it's going on the Santa Claus list.
Oh, it's going to.